Welcome to Spooky Saturdays with the Stage Company. Every Saturday throughout the month of October, we'll be inviting you to join us for some frightfully fearsome Halloween-themed entertainment. My name is Spector Ghoul, and I will be your guide through tonight's festivities. Tonight, we'll be featuring a frightening film review, a sinister Halloween snack recipe, a bit of petrifying poetry, some terrifying Halloween trivia, and a bit of haunting Halloween history. So please, grab a seat, sit back, and relax as the Stage Company takes you on a fun-filled and ghostly journey in tonight's edition of Spooky Saturdays with the Stage Company. It's time for us to show you how to make a delicious Halloween snack. Tonight, we'll be making Dracula dentures. So grab your whisks and get ready for tonight's edition of Spooky Snacks. First things first, we need to make the chocolate chip cookie mouth. Let's get started. Eat your heart out, Paula Deen. Spooky and sweet can go together sometimes. Time to mix it up. Are you as eggs-sided as I am for this Halloween treat? Let's mix it again. Soda and powder and salt, oh my. Vanilla. Don't add too much at first. Keep going. There. Mixing it again. Dump the rest of that flour in. More mixing. Chocolate chips, my favorite. What? More mixing? I'm dying here. Finally, done with the dough. Ooh, lighting change. We paid extra for the special effects. Time to throw them in the oven. Let's make some delicious frosting while the cookies are in the oven. Ooh, pretty. Haven't we done enough mixing with this recipe already? Finally. Look at the beautiful red frosting. Now be careful with the hot cookies. Let them cool first. Oh, be careful with that knife, too. Make sure you get a good even coat of that frosting. Wait, why did the camera orientation change? Who's in charge of this video, anyway? Oh well. Marshmallows. If you don't like this snack, you're just nuts. All done. Enjoy. Coming up now, it's our frightening film review. For tonight's review, Jason Hedrick, the instructor of theater at John A. Logan College, will be giving us a movie that's simply to die for.
Happy Halloween, everybody. Jason Hedrick here, director of the theater program at John A. Logan College and supporter of the Stage Company. I'm here today to recommend some scary movies for the Halloween season, particularly a scary movie that may have gone overlooked if you're looking for something fresh to watch and to cuddle up under blankets at night and scare the life out of you this Halloween season. I've got a good recommendation. I want to recommend something a little bit more modern that you may have overlooked. This season, I want to recommend what I consider a horror classic that's kind of been swept under the rug, Ty West's The House of the Devil. This film from 2009 might be mistaken for a Dario Argento movie from 1983 from the opening shots, but if you recognize Dee Wallace, who was once in Joe Dante as the Howling, and eventually Greta Gerwig as a laid-back, finger-smacking college gal, you might realize that this is a fairly recent movie. It has all the graininess and pacing of a grindhouse horror outing straddling the late 70s and early 80s, and certainly has a title and theme that is playing off of a bygone phenomenon, satanic panic. This pick might come off as especially relevant to locals as it takes place during an eclipse, particularly in the best spot to see the eclipse. No, it's not Carbondale, but wherever the House of the Devil is set, it's bringing out the devil worshippers. But they need to hire a babysitter for the night. That's babysitter in quotes, for the night of the eclipse. So enter our protagonist, Samantha Hughes, played by Jocelyn Donahue, who you might recognize from the Insidious films or the recent Dr. Sleep. But for my money, The House of the Devil is more masterful than either of those, particularly because of the film's incredible slow burn that lulls you with atmosphere as Samantha heads to the creepy house for a night of babysitting. Ty West knows the difference between suspense and surprise, and it not only makes for effective suspense, but also a terrific, shocking, and somewhat gory, be warned, climax. I've said too much already. West pays a great homage to the masters that came before him, particularly Dario Argento, whose Suspiria would make a nice double feature with House of the Devil. Or if you want to go for a more current film, try Panos Cosmatos' Mandy, also similar in that it's paying tribute to the stylized horror of the 70s and 80s in truly exuberant fashion. Sorry, when I get talking about scary movies, I go down these rabbit holes. Great scary movies lead to more scary movies. May you watch many of them this Halloween, but first try out The House of the Devil.
All houses wherein men have lived and died are haunted houses. Through the open doors, the harmless phantoms on their errands glide, with feet that make no sound upon the floors. We meet them at the doorway or on the stair. Along the passage they come and go, impalpable presence upon the air, sense of something moving to and fro. There are more guests at table than hosts, Invited? The illuminated hall is thronged with quiet, inoffensive ghosts, as silent as the pictures on the wall. The stranger at my fireside cannot see the forms I see, nor hear the sounds I hear. He but perceives what is, while unto me all that has been visible and clear. We have no titles or deeds to houses or lands. Owners and occupants of earlier dates, from graves forgotten, stretch their dusty hands, and hold in more main still their old estates. The spirit world around this world of sense floats like an atmosphere, and everywhere wafts through the early mists and vapors dense, a vital breath of more ethereal air. Our little lives are kept in equipoise by opposite attractions and desires, the struggles of instincts that enjoy, and the more noble instinct that aspires. These perturbations, this perpetual jar of earthly wants and aspirations high, come from the influence of the unseen star and undiscovered planet in our sky. And as the moon from some dark gate of cloud throws o'er the sea a floating bridge of light, across whose trembling planks our fancies crowd into the realm of mystery and night. So from this world of spirits there descends a bridge of light, connected it with this, o'er whose unsteady floor that sways and bends, wander our thoughts above the dark abyss.
Ever been curious about the history behind some of your favorite Halloween traditions? Well, coming up next, we're going to dive a little deeper into one of those traditions in a segment we like to call Haunting Halloween History. For tonight's Halloween history, we're going to talk about the history of trick-or-treating in the United States. Some American colonists celebrated Guy Fawkes Day, and in the mid-19th century, large numbers of new immigrants, especially those fleeing the Irish potato famine in the 1840s, helped popularize Halloween. In the early 20th century, Irish and Scottish communities revived the old world traditions of souling and guising in the United States. By the 1920s, however, pranks had become the Halloween activity of choice for rowdy young people. The Great Depression exacerbated the problem, with Halloween mischief often devolving into vandalism, physical assaults, and sporadic acts of violence. One theory suggests that excessive pranks on Halloween led to the widespread adoption of an organized, community-based trick-or-treating tradition in the 1930s. This trend was abruptly curtailed, however, with the outbreak of World War II, when sugar rationing meant there were few treats to hand out. At the height of the post-war baby boom, trick-or-treating reclaimed its place among other Halloween customs. It quickly became standard practice for millions of children in America's cities and newly built suburbs. No longer constrained by sugar rationing, candy companies capitalized on the lucrative ritual, launching national advertising campaigns specifically aimed at Halloween. And today, Americans spend an estimated $2.6 billion on candy on Halloween. The day itself has become the nation's second largest commercial holiday. Now you know a little more about America's trick-or-treating traditions and how they got started. Join us next time for another edition of Halloween History. You've been watching Spooky Saturdays with the Stage Company. Thank you for joining us this evening. Join us again next weekend for more creepy content and spooky segments. Remember, we'll be bringing you all new material each Saturday throughout October. Feel free to donate to the Stage Company by clicking on the PayPal link in the description with this video. We hope to see you again next time for another Spooky Saturday with the Stage Company.